Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Off Access Builds. I'm going to be finishing up the paint job on the front. I got the green already laid down. What we're going to be doing is putting in that red stripe on the little cowl that's between the hood and the window. I'll just kind of show you how I did the rest of the details on the stripe going over the top. Going to continue that on that cowl. Originally I was going to leave it green, but after I put the hood on, kind of looked at it, I'm like, you know, it's just a little plain, so we're going to make it match the rest of the car. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we need to do to get that working. And alright, let's get started, guys. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit that little bell for upcoming notifications because there's always a new video coming out each week. Alright guys, let's get going. Alright, so first off, I got to get that hood off the top of the car and onto the front of the car, okay? So what we're going to do is we're just going to pull it down. I'm going to get some tape and lay it out kind of where I want the stripe to be once I have that hood down, and then I'll take the hood off and paint that little cowl. Let's go ahead and take a look at the cowl. Alright, so like I said, I got the green on here. Basically all I need to do is tape this section off because I don't want the red stripe, the whole detail, to come into here. So I'm just going to tape this off. It's going to stop right at this detail. I probably could continue, but I'm just not going to. I just don't need it to because there's going to be a bunch of gaskets here and you'll never see it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to pull the hood off the top, and we're going to set it here, and I'll just put a piece of tape here and a piece of tape there to kind of mark the outside edge of the red stripe. Okay, so let's get the hood off of the roof. Alright guys, so that is the design I'm going to follow through on the hood, or that little cowl, excuse me. I'm going to go ahead and do this 2-inch stripe on either side, and then these this overlap type metal look in the middle. So first, what I got to do is, what you saw on the front, is tape off where I want it, and then I'm going to paint the whole thing red. Obviously I don't want to get red on the outside, so I'll have to cover all that up. But we'll get this thing painted and then let that dry, and then I'll lay these 2 stripes down and I'll just start going on the detail. So let's go ahead and get some things laid out front. Alright guys, so you saw me lay out this tape and this piece of tape to the hood. So this spot here and this spot here will line up with the hood. Once the hood is on, it'll look nice and clean. This measurement from here to here is actually 13 inches, which matches this top measurement. So it's exactly where I want it to be. Right now, all I need to do is tape off this section so I don't get red paint down there, and I'll tape off this a little bit better up into the window, and then we'll spray this red. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and use this 2-inch magnet strip. Okay, and obviously I'll cut it to be exact on both sides, and we'll just lay this thing in here, and then I'll just paint the black spots. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and do all of the center detail with some more pieces of magnet. So let's go ahead, first off, finish getting this all taped off and this painted red. Alright guys, so I got that red stripe lined up with that top one. I know it looks really bright right now, but after I do the rest of the detail and get all the striping on and everything else, it's going to turn out to look something similar to that, a little bit darker. So in any case, we'll let this dry, and then I'll do the rest of the detailing and we'll see what it looks like. All right, guys, so I have the red laid down. Now that's left is just to do the detail. So I'm going to go ahead and use these magnets. Okay, we're going to go ahead and lay it in here so I can get the holes sprayed down, kind of give it that rivet look. Okay, now there's many ways to do this. This is just the way I chose to do it, but you can do it however way you want to do it. So in this case, since it's not going to conform very well, I'm going to have to push down when I spray all the details to make it look clean, because we want these circles to look like circles, not just a big mess. So we're going to go ahead and just give this a little spray, focusing on the holes. Let's line this up to the edge of that red. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to focus on the holes. All right. So later date, I'll probably, not later date, but after I get this detail done, I'll clean up this edge so it doesn't have so much black coming out, just to kind of keep it close to that. So it'll give it a little better detail. It just won't look like it's faded all the way out. So we'll let this dry, and then what I will do is I'll tape it off. Tape this off. I'll leave that black line open, and then we'll start putting in the rest of the detail. I'm probably just going to put one piece here, maybe one piece over there. Doesn't need a whole bunch, but just enough to kind of show it off. Alright, so now that this is dried, I'm going to go ahead and tape off this section so that looks nice and crisp. And then I'm going to go ahead and use this as a template to spray those holes there and the edge, something like that. And then I'll use another one on top to make it look like it's flowing backwards. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some things taped off. Alright, so I'm going to have to let this dry a little bit more so I can finish the detail on it. But what I'm going to do is lay this piece on again, and I'll do the black on that. But it looks like I'll need to do a quick sand just to get this crease out, because obviously I put the template on too quick before the last layer was dry. So I'm going to go ahead and just let this dry for now, and we'll come back to it and do the final cleanup on it. Alright guys, so that is what it turned out to look like. Pretty happy with it. It looks very close to what I did on top. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if there's so much dust up there. But it looks very close to that. So as soon as the hood is on it, these lines should line up exactly where they need to be. And so yeah, that's that, guys. Alright guys, so I got the first coat of matte finish on here. Pretty happy with how it's turning out. Alright guys, thanks for joining me on another episode of Off Axis Builds. I got that front painted, just letting it dry right now. I got the matte finish on it. Once that's dry, I can start putting the seals on, putting the hood back on, and starting to put the whole front end back together. So stay tuned guys. I'm going to be putting on the parts on the beam on my next video and installing that beam and all those parts in the front. So stay tuned guys. Got a lot more to come on this guy. Alright, remember guys, it's always built, not bought. We'll see you on the next one, guys.